Hello, and in today's video we're going to be looking at something new. This is our very first CAE Cambridge video, and I'm going to be doing an overview of the speaking exam. So this video will be perfect for you if you've decided to take the CAE exam, or you've just finished your FCE and you're thinking about what to do next. And generally, if you want some more information about this part of the exam, I'm going to be looking at all the facts about this speaking exam and then running through each part in detail. So let's get on with the facts, shall we? First of all, this speaking test lasts 15 minutes, which is kind of normal really, nothing much there. There are two candidates, so there's going to be yourself and you're going to have a partner who you may know if you're lucky, or you may not. Either way, it doesn't really matter because the examiners mark you individually. There are also two examiners. There is the interlocutor, sounds very evil, but he's basically just the examiner asking you the questions, and there is the assessor as well, who is evaluating your English. And I'll tell you what the assessor is looking at in just a minute. You will also receive a band score. 5 being really good, it means you're awesome. And yes, it is possible to actually get a 0. I think the only way you could get a 0 is if you don't turn up for your speaking test. But anyway, the lower the band, the worse your speaking is. 1 is graded as poor, so you're not very good at speaking. So this is what the assessor is looking at. Your grammatical resources. In other words, how good your grammar is, the variety of grammar you use, and how accurately you use your grammar. Your lexical resources. Same thing, except for vocabulary. So the range of vocabulary you use, whether you're using your vocabulary accurately or not. Discourse management. This one sounds very scary, but it's not really. It's just how you organize your answer. So are your answers logical? Are they easy to follow? Do they make sense? Pronunciation, how you speak. Your accent, how you pronounce the words. Because let's face it, if you have a very bad pronunciation, people may struggle to understand what you mean. And interactive communication, we'll talk a little bit about this later on in part 3, but this basically is your pair work. Remember, there's 2 of you in one part of the exam. You have to work together, and the more you do this and the more effectively you do this, the higher your marks are going to be. So let's have a look at the parts of the exam. As with most Cambridge exams, Part 1 is just personal questions. So this part of the exam will last for approximately 2 minutes. They'll ask each candidate 2 or 3 questions. And they're going to be personal questions. So about hobbies and interests, sports, school or work, technology, weather, very simple things to try and relax you a little bit and get you speaking. Part 2, so this is where the fun really begins. Part 2 is based on pictures. The examiner will ask you a question and show you 3 pictures, and it lasts for about 4 minutes. Okay, so each person is going to be speaking, let's say, for about 2 minutes, but each candidate will be asked to speak for 1 minute. They're going to be shown 3 pictures, they're going to be asked a question, and they've got to choose 2 of these pictures and speak for 1 minute, depending on the question and the pictures they choose. After you do this, your partner is asked a question on your pictures. Which one of these things would you prefer to do? Something very simple, and you have to give a 30-second, he or she has to give a 30-second response, and then this changes over. This will be a little clearer when I do the video for this stage of the exam. But all you really need to know is it lasts for 4 minutes, you need to speak for 1 minute during your long turn, and you use visual prompts, pictures. Part 3, so I mentioned this earlier on, this lasts for 4 minutes, and this is the pair working section of the exam. my personal favorite. So what the examiner is going to do is he's going to give the candidates a task to discuss for like 2 minutes, and again you're going to be given a visual prompt with a question and 5 boxes to discuss. The interlocutor will also give them a further minute to reach a decision. So after the 2 minutes he'll say, which of these options do you think is the most important, or depending on the scenario and the question that you're discussing, your final question will change or will vary. But just remember, it lasts for 4 minutes and you must work together. In the final part of the exam, this is the longest part of the exam, you're talking for about 5 minutes. Now, during this stage, the interlocutor will ask the candidates further questions based on the topic talked about in part 3. So if part 3, your pair working exercise, was about sports, then part 4 is going to be questions about sports. What are the advantages of the disadvantages? Should sports be compulsory at schools? And here you're expected to expand your answers and really explore these questions. As well as this, you have to listen carefully to what your partner is saying, because the interlocutor could ask you to comment on what the other person has said. Do you agree? What's your opinion? Something like this. And that's that. They are the 4 parts of the exam. If you want some vocabulary videos, we've got the Black series of proficiency vocabulary, which is absolutely perfect for you if you're preparing for your CAE or proficiency exam. Everything is organized topically, 10 words, 8 to 10 words per video. Have a little look. If you like these videos and this video has been useful, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching once again. Bye for now.